What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK here on TGK TV for another episode of the Dallas Mavericks Pre Game Show. I was trying to think of a different word to say, but I don't want to say too much or say something different. But yeah, man, it's the Mavs Pre Game Show here tonight. The Dallas Mavericks are reuniting against a familiar foe, a Western Conference Finals opponent, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Luka Doncic, can he get a bounce back game? Will Spencer Dinwiddie have a repeat performance? Will Jaden Hardy's role be more relegated to the bench? Will Omax get another 4 minutes? So many questions, right? So many questions to find out. So many questions to ask. I can't ask those questions directly because, I don't know JK. But last night's game was a pretty good one. We'll talk about it here in a bit with the co-host Stix / producer / graphics creator / everything, right? We got a lot going on here tonight, man. We got quite a bit of things to go over. We also have a special guest today at 5:30. None other than Chris Henderson on Twitter. You'll catch him here tonight. He'll be giving us a good little report and some news and rumor segments. So stay tuned. Hopefully y'all enjoy the show. Leave a like early on as it helps grows the show. That is the YouTube currency right there. It's just a like on the video. It goes a long way. Anyway, man. Big game tonight. Hopefully Luka bounces back after that shooting performance last night. But without further ado, y'all, my dog's asleep. He's okay. Let's go ahead and start this pregame show. Yo. I know we've always said that opening monologue is to be like 5 minutes. Ain't no way I could fill 5 minutes there.
No. It's not supposed to be 5. It's only supposed to be like 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now they're perfect.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you know.
You're good. Calm down.
What happened last night, Stix? What happened last night?
Well, we won. And,
okay.
I had to put Luka on the graphic because it was the only decent quality photo of the game last night that didn't look like a blurry mess. So everybody's probably like, why is Luka on this? Well, because it was the only good photo I could get that had us from the game last night. The other ones were all blurry messy. It's like everybody grabbed like video screenshots. So,
right.
But anyway, yeah, so it is kind of appropriate though because, Luka had his worst shooting performance ever. And we still won. And some people make comments about that today, and everybody's like making a big deal about it. So, you know what? That's a positive thing if you're talking about that. It's not a negative.
It is.
I don't know why everybody's so worried about that.
Do you remember the days when if we had a bad Luka Doncic game, we weren't going to win? I remember those days.
Yes.
Those days were rough. Now you can say Luka could go 5 for, I forgot the number, 5 for 22.
Look,
something like
I'm gonna have to pull an audible and turn my camera off because otherwise I'm gonna have a Klay Thompson moment right now because my nose is bothering me. So I'm not gonna have that happen. So you keep talking.
Okay. So the Dallas Mavericks last night. I just want to see the stats, right? Let's see stats, games, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Stats.
So Luka Doncic.
Oh,
you got the stats? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I realized we forgot to put this on the last 2 shows. We did the first one. I forgot. So there's your stats.
Oh, thank you.
And let's clarify something real quick. Knicks, this is not an early pregame. We always start an hour and 15 minutes before the game time. That's the way we're doing it now. That's it.
You want to hear my new soundbite? You want to hear my new soundbite?
What's your new soundbite?
So, yeah. Oh, great heavens. And then whenever you're in the thick of it, all right, whenever you feel like you're in the thick of it. From the screen to the ring to the pen. I don't want to get demonetized, so I don't want to play the whole thing.
Okay, let's
but anyway, for those that get it. It's KSI thick of it. I want to get some other sound effects. But anyway, it's like when you see a butterfly, you just kind of get distracted. That's me right now.
Squirrel.
Anyway, the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, you just squirrel moment. Yeah.
Oh, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We can't beat certain allegations that we're a hobby here, but we're trying. The Dallas Mavericks win 110-102 last night. It was a very interesting game from the point that there was Stix. I know this might come off wrong, but I feel like there was absolutely no hype last night. The arena felt kind of dead, kind of lukewarm, even though MVP Luka was there. It was still lacking some enthusiasm.
Chat was the same way. Like the day before,
Yeah.
everybody was fired up. Everybody was so pissed off at losing to the Suns and then playing such a crappy team. It's like all this game could be as a letdown. Like there's no way this is a positive game, regardless. Like, and that's how everybody seemed to be yesterday. It was like we were struggle busting everybody through the chat. Like, who's your X Factors? We don't care. Just freaking win.
Let's start this game. You know,
just get it over with.
Yeah, and last night's game was the first game on Channel 29, if I remember correctly. I don't think Fridays was.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was. It was. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. I didn't exist on Saturday, so for me, I thought my viewing experience on Channel 29 was very, very good. I was very happy with the production quality that they had. Obviously, it was not it's not a Mavericks thing. It was a Bally thing as to why Bally's was so poorly done last year. But no, it was a pretty good viewing experience. Anyway, the Dallas Mavericks won by 8, 110-102, shooting 28% from the three, just like the Jazz. They a 12 free throw discrepancy. Again, the Mavericks, I don't know what's going on, why they're getting so many fouls called on them. It is what it is.
The first game wasn't. The first game against Spurs was even. It's been
since then it's just been kind of crazy. Let me see anything that sticks out. Blocks. Wow. 12-5. Look at us. We're pretty active. I think one of my X factors was Derek Lively, and I was like, hey, we need some blocks, big fella. And he got us a couple points in the paint. We're pretty active in there. Fast break points, same, still same. Yeah, so it looks like those blocks is kind of what gave us that edge. Having 7 more blocks will definitely prevent a team from being able to have a. And this could have been a closer game, but we didn't get all those blocks. So blocks play.
Yeah, no, I didn't mess it up. It's accurate. 12 blocks. Yeah.
Can I say blocks player of the game? Because without those 12, man, there's no way. There's no way. Yeah. We were shooting the same percentage. There's no other way. So the blocks won us that game. So
BJ, are you allowed to talk right now? Aren't you at office time? We gotta have the BJ office. I want to say, guys, I'm at work right now.
No, I'm at work right now. You don't call me. But anyway, so salute the Big J, man.
I got a big amount. I took a different route. I am the big or the little.
Anything else you want to talk about, or do you want to go to your player of the game?
Yeah, let's go to the player of the game. Let's go.
This is your player of the game. We are actually separate on the player of the game today. So, give your reasoning, sir.
Oh, my reasoning for my player of the game. Yeah. All right, so kind of like the same thing that transpired against the Suns per se. Kyrie had a bad game, right? There was a lot of talk about Kyrie's performance or the lackluster performance that he had, and he was able to bounce back. He was very efficient. We saw efficient Kyrie last night. 23 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 50% from 3. He was one of my X factors, and he sure as hell balled out. And now he is a player of the game. Hey, salute to Kyrie, man. Salute to Kyrie.
So I went with PJ Washington.
Okay.
I mean, that's a hell of a stat line. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 4 steals. And if you watch that game, he was all over the place. That man was playing like he was ready to prove something. And I hope we see that from him again tonight and going forward. They seem to let him roam a little more. He was able to kind of get in there and make the plays. He didn't seem so stuck out on the edges. I mean, it was just a much better game from PJ. And he was doing offense. And I think if you notice, like in game 4? Yeah, game 4, they went to him a lot in the finals. And I think like PJ needs that early, like get him involved. Don't make him sit around waiting to get involved. Get him involved. And when we see him get involved early, it just changes his attitude. Like it just seems to hype him up. So he got involved early. Man was playing he was balling yesterday. Like he was all over the place doing stuff. So it was a pretty good situation. And I was pretty happy with everything overall.
Yeah, congrats to PJ Washington.
Player of the game. So looks like our special guest is already here. So it's about time to go to news and rumors anyway. So let me test this out real quick. I'm gonna give you solo cam for a minute. Talk to the people in the chat.
All right, people. I'm gonna go and respond to y'all's comments in the chat below. Nick says only thing I remember is the Taylor Hendricks gnarly injury. That injury was very gnarly, man. I don't wish any kind of injury like that on anybody. I suffered that when I worked for Pepsi a long time ago, and I had a horrible injury like that. And my ass could not walk anywhere. I couldn't do anything, so it was pretty bad. But man, I felt sick to my stomach for Taylor Hendricks, and I hope he's all right moving forward. Let's see. Points in the paint too. Don't micromanage Big J. See, I give compliments, get kicked in the Gortats. PJ is my player of the game. Look at that, Nick. See him Stix on the same page. His defense was elite. Him containing Laurie was the X factor. That's true. Big J says, why did MVP Luka do that to Taylor Hendricks? I don't think that's what he intended to do. Man, y'all see this dog over here? He big chilling. Stix, I can still hear you in the background, by the way. But yeah, so whenever you're ready, you let me know. Oh, we got Kareem in the building. Let me give a shout out to Kareem.
The champ is here.
Let me see. What's up, Kareem? How y'all doing, man? Yeah, it's gonna be a big game tonight, man. I'm excited about this game. Edison Pierce in the building. What's up, Edison? Leisha. What's up? Hello. Let's see. Yeah. Kareem says Mavs by 50 tonight. By 50? Sheesh. Yeah, man. We'll take that dub. We got Hold My Latte in the building. Luka triple double of 40-point triple. That's nice. I'll take that too. BJ says, why does Kareem have the tribal drums? Because that's the sound effect you wanted, man. Again, you could also have a sound effect as well. Join the elite membership on TGK, and I got y'all, man. I got y'all. Let's see here. Oh, we got Gina Kim in the building. What's up, Gina Kim? How you doing? All right. Stix, whenever you're ready, I can hear myself, though. That's a little feedback. I'll be okay. All right. Cool. As long as the stream ain't getting it. All right. Sylvester got Mavs or Mini. Let me see. He's got nap time, man. He's knocked out. He's been very he's been having some separation anxiety as of late, so I don't want to bother him right now. Big J says you are echoing. Am I? Let me verify. Let's see. Looks like I'm okay now. Nick said Wolves have revenge on their minds. Mavs are coming off a back-to-back. This seems to be Well. This is the news and rumors segment. We are graced by the great Chris Henderson. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I just want to make sure y'all can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, man. What's good, everybody, man? I'm glad to be on, man. We got a big game tonight.
Hey, man, happy to have you on, man. This is a long time in the making. Appreciate you stopping by, man. I know you got a lot going on today. Certain city limits be doing certain things,
Yeah, I got to get out of this area, man.
So do you mind sharing your thoughts on last night's game and any like talking points that no one's touched on or anything that comes to mind that you want to bring up about that game last night?
I'm just talking to some of the guys on the team, pre-game and even post-game. I just think that they're getting used to each other. Remember, they didn't have Luka, their main guy, for the preseason, so a lot of guys are ramping it up a little bit. Clay is loving it right now because he's getting the looks. He's shooting well. A lot of people thought he would have the slow start, but he's actually been well. And look, the Mavs are 2-1 when Luka's not been shooting very well, right? Kyrie finally had a great game, last night. So this team is getting it together. I know there's been some talk about Quentin Grimes and Najee Marshall and stuff like that. They're just getting used to it. Give it time. This team will be fine. I think that tonight is going to be a tough game, especially on a back-to-back, short travel, all that stuff. But I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I try to point out to some fans sometimes. I know Luka's going through it right now with some rust. I think defenses are forcing him to take certain types of shots, but that's what I say. I think with seeing Dinwiddie last night, what do you think of Dinwiddie's performance last night? I know Jaden Hardy kind of had a short leash there, so to speak, right? Like his minutes were one thing in the first game, and then now they've kind of dwindled to what they are now. Is this just going to be one of those things that Jason Kidd takes 20 games to figure out?
Look, man, like I told y'all like before, man, in our conversations, Jay Kidd, if you're not Luka, Kyrie, you're gonna play and certain guys, you're gonna be fighting for minutes. And Spence, he's on a prove it deal. If you want to say that, Spence is a vet. He knows what time it is. Last night he had a great moment, right? This is things that we saw from Spence when we got him in that trade deadline a while back, right? We needed him to step up, and last night he stepped up in a big way. What a way to have a veteran to step up and in that situation. And then look, his minutes are probably going to increase, but at the same time, it's competition. Jaden Hardy didn't really have his game last night that you want him now, right? But
Right.
that's the key to this Mavs team. What's going to make this team great, you're not going to be dependent on two guys having the night. You're gonna have a guy like Clay have a big night. Spence coming up with his 10 to 11 points. Jaden Hardy have a big night. So yeah, people gonna fight for minutes, but I do think Spence will get some increase in his minutes. And look, kid loves big point guards, big guards.
Mhm.
Spence is going to work on that defensive end, and you kind of saw last night he was going at it on the defensive end a little bit as well. So I think that he understands he's going to fight for them minutes, man. He was the last guy that was technically put on his roster. Remember, there was conversation of Dennis
Mhm.
Smith Jr. and him, and people were trying to say who they wanted. And of course, Mavs fans, including myself, we felt the way about last year, him going to the Lakers and stuff like that. And I love Spence. Spence is a great guy. And look, he's swallowed his pride a little bit. I know it can be frustrating for a guy that thinks he should be playing. And last night he proved it. And look, an angry Spence is a good Spence for the Mavs because he's going to play his tail off.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I agree with you. I think there was a lot made out of the comment about the Lakers being the dad and the Mavs being the mom. But hey, you always come back to moms, right? um, well, I wanted to ask you. I know there's been kind of a point of a topic over the last two games, the free throw disparity. Uh, have you heard anything like? Is it? Would you say there's a huge disparity because what the Suns had 38, the Jazz had 27, and we're still sub 20 free throw attempts? Um, is the disparity based on like the Mavericks' aggressiveness defensively, or what do you think is leading to that? Because with the Spurs, it was pretty even. Now it's just suddenly just gone one way again.
Well, the Mavs approach defensively, they're a little more aggressive. I was asking Najee about it. They're going to play aggressive. That was something that last year they kind of sat back a little bit, but you got some guys that are going to attack the ball now a little bit different. Even Clay, to a certain standpoint, is going
Mm,
to attack the ball. I think guys are more engaged on defense. Jason Kidd is a guy that, he preaches defense. This is an all NBA. This when Jason Kidd was a player, he was like a 6 or 7 time all NBA defensive guy, probably more than that. And he wants them to attack the point of the ball. And we're
mhm.
going to see that. Now, the free throw part is a little confusing because we all look. And I know for fans that aren't Mavs fans that don't watch it, you always see on social media when Luka's crying about foul calls. And a lot of times Luka's getting fouled, right? Now,
Mhm.
we don't like the fact that when he gets fouled, he just sits there and then all of a sudden the other team is running down court, right? But
Right.
he is getting fouled. And I think that they're going to get their calls eventually. It's been a rough the last couple of games with the free throw. Just, obviously that may be the reason why some of these games have been a little bit closer as well, right? But I also think that at the end of the day, the Mavs are going to play aggressive defense. They're going to get guys to go after it. Guys are competing. So you got to think about this. Jace Kidd has a wonderful situation. Like I said, not naming the 2 or 3 stars that they have. These guys are fighting for minutes, so they got to show it on defense. Whether it's being aggressive, attacking the defenders, and they're going to do it tonight. They're going to go at Ant-Man. They got all kind of defenders for Ant-Man, right? They're going to have defenders for these guards that are coming in that will usually, cook them. I mean, look, the Phoenix game was rough, right? Just from offensively, like they're trying to get it together, and I think that we see the potential in this team. But I do think that defensively, there's an identity they're trying to build. And Clay being a guy that played in Golden State, they're known for shooting and things, but they preach defense over there. He was a guy one time that we all thought was one of the better 3-and-D guys before the injuries, right? But yeah,
Mhm.
I think the free throws on the other side for the other team is because the Mavs are aggressive. And I like it. Look, I get it. Sometimes you like, man, they're gonna be in foul trouble, but I like the fact that they are attacking the ball. And to me, I think that helps out good. And I like the reverse of that. A good defense does bring a good offense versus the other way around. So I think that Jace Kidd's preaching that. You got some tough guys that want to get out to that ball. It's gonna be some nights where we don't get the free throws. It's gonna be nights where we looking like Luka's getting killed out there. They're not doing nothing. But so far it's been he hasn't whined much, which has been a great thing for all of
Yeah.
us. We don't have to go on a full defense for him. Like we got to defend the whole
Yeah.
military, the mass military against other fans because they think he just whines, but he's getting fouled. And
Yeah.
like I said, we'll see a difference. It's just, I don't know what it is, but luckily for the 3 games. They're 2-1. This is not an easy schedule because they got 3 games in 3 days, right? That's even
I know.
crazy. But we'll see something tonight a little bit different. I think they're gonna still attack the ball, and I think their free throws it'll be more even out towards the end. And also, you're gonna get Kyrie to be more aggressive. I think that helps out too. Kyrie last night had a good game, but you need Kyrie to be more aggressive so those foul calls can come because he's a great free throw shooter as we know. You get guys like him and Clay on the line. This team is going to be a way better free throw shooting team because our biggest fear, Luka has his moments when he does miss his free throws. As great as Luka is, he's the best player in the world, whatever you want to say. The free throws have always been sketchy for us, right? So you need guys like Kyrie to get to the line. He draws a lot of attention. Clay's going to get some as well. So we're going to see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's. Oh,
yeah, I was going to say
Go
on
ahead.
that. I mean, Luka's definitely, you could see already Luka's making an adjustment to hopefully maybe those foul calls start going his way. I mean, we know, like last night, that was a clear block. They foul him out. He jokes and he just runs off the court. That's not old Luka, but he gets it. And then or that one, I think when he got the block is when he got the technical, and they look at him and you can tell he's frustrated, but he wasn't whining like he normally does. And he was just like, WTF, like, come on. And it's like, boom. We've seen LeBron jump up and down, throwing tantrums, and no technical. So it's a little bit of biasness, and Luka's gonna have to deal with that for a little bit longer because it's just he doesn't get the treatment. So I think we're seeing that. But on your point about the defense, I think you're right because Hardy came in and Omax came in, and right off the bat, both of them got 2 stupid fouls at the first of the game with 35 seconds in, and he yanked their butts. And it's like, you can't come in when we're struggling to get, and you got to prove yourself and make stupid boneheaded plays. Like, he wants you to play aggressive, but you got to be smart. And I think that's why you saw Hardy and Omax sit the bench. They got a chance, and they ruined it right off the bat.
Yeah, and like I said, to the Luka thing about you saying that you notice the difference in his attitude and demeanor, I would credit guys like Kyrie, those coaches, Darryl Armstrong, they're in his ear. Like, look, man, there's something special here. We can cut down the technical fouls, the little itty-bitty mistakes. It takes away from your greatness because Luka's so great, and I feel like at times when he doesn't get the call, he just zones out. And then he's not the same for the rest of the game, or just for that moment, right? But I think that, Kyrie being his ear, you see the photos, Kyrie's always talking to him. Just calm down. It's going to be okay. You're going to get yours, right? But like I said, man, to your point, Jay's kid's not playing games, man. Like, guys are going to have to fight for those minutes and got to play defense. If you do something stupid, you go to the bench. And we've seen it in a couple of games where guys ain't getting 8 minutes like this. We've seen the line's been shaked up already. They're just trying to find the best combination. Beyond the 3 guys, like the Clay, Luka, and Kyrie combination or trio, guys are going to be competing. And, it's going to be one of the things where they all got to understand, your turn, you gotta be ready. Hardy, we saw the first game come out, get you 11 points. We were like, oh man, this is good. And it didn't look so good last night, right? But like I said, he's gonna learn from those mistakes and he's gonna have to earn those minutes. So it's not gonna be given. And you love that for the Mavs because that means you got enough depth to where you can just say, hey, Spence, come in for 20 minutes tonight. And it makes a warning sign for those guys. Like, look, Spence is a pro at the end of the day. This was a guy at one point in time that could score 18 and 20 in the game, right? And for Jaden Hardy, he's got to compete for those minutes. And look, man, that guy's over there. And by the way, in a few more months, if he's back, Dante Exum will be a part of this roster. So you're competing out there, man. And look, man, I think defensively they're going to get better. And that's something that I was looking forward to more than this offense. That I really want them to be better defensively because to me, there's a lot of things that happened last year in the playoffs. We did well versus OKC, Minnesota, but Boston shreds anybody with that type of team. But I think this team is going to play a little more intensity, physicality as well. May cause you a few bad foul calls here and there. Some guys getting foul trouble, but the depth of this team does replace that.
Yeah, and Luka's been very active to start this season defensively. So even though he's had some shooting woes, you cannot argue or complain about his defense, and that's a positive sign. Even if he's only giving you 15 points, you still won. Like, that's kind of crazy. I was telling Stix. I remember the days.
Customer we talked to a guy earlier today, and he's like,
"Oh yeah,
Luka almost gets a 15-point triple double on his worst performance ever." And you're just like, guys would be in heaven for those numbers. And this fool's bad game is 15, whatever it was, 12, 8.
9 and 8.
I mean, it's just,
that's somebody's like career average. That's a Hall of Famer. So a bad night for Luka is like a good night for some guys, and Luka's gonna get together. This is his preseason. I
Yep.
wouldn't be too alarmed about the missed shot stuff. He's got to find his way. But I also think that you have a security blanket. Not only did you have Kyrie last year as a security blanket, now you got another one in Clay. You've gotten
Mhm.
the great Clay, which has gotten you to 2-1. Because if you don't have Clay doing what he does, you don't have two wins right now, right?
Mm-mm.
Like, we talk about, I hate to bring the guy up, but y'all know the guy that was here previous that's in Detroit.
Oh yeah,
There was times when
yeah,
you had to, I mean, we all had to put, look, well, I loved him, but there was times when you put your head down like, man, it gets bad, but this is what you want. You want, and look, even in the first game of the year, you saw Luka, man. He was missing shots, but man, he's making passes, man. And when they were hitting shots, you see him celebrate. He ain't never had a chance
Mhm.
to really just celebrate. And when he know he gonna pass the ball to the guy in the corner and he's open, he gonna actually make the shot. And that's something that you're gonna get with Clay. And I think PJ, who has been working his ass off, which I'm gonna say this by the way, PJ
Mhm.
has really been out there working on his shot. I
Mhm.
know people getting like, oh man, he got to hit him. He's gonna get there. And just I see him out there working with Jared Dudley, man, working with Sham, got them guys. He's getting it right. And I think when this team gets going, man, this
Nope.
Oh,
Oh.
oh no.
Uh-oh.
My man Chris was hooked. He was cooking.
Well,
He was
while
just
we're at it,
cooking just
we'll
now.
go to some comments while I wait to see who reconnects.
We'll bring him back.
Yeah. Mavalier on Twitter said, you want to read that one? All right, I got Chris. He's back. Let me.
Mavalier said, "I'm glad we are winning games when Luka's having bad games. It bodes well for the season. We will figure it out." Agreed.
You should.
I see.
You should be there. I just got to update his video.
Oh,
Go ahead, Chris. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why it just like froze up, and I was like, I'm back. So, but like I said, man, just like I tell Mass fans this, having the privilege to be able to get there early and just talk to some of these guys, see their workouts and stuff. It's very unique, and just being a sponge or being a fly in that room, watching Luka just watch Clay take shots. He's looking at his
Mhm.
movements. I watched Luka look at Clay's like looking down at his feet, how he moves, and was like he was sort of imitating passes and stuff. And I had a video where you could see both of them on the court working out together pregame. They're literally
Mm.
right next to each other running the same drill. So, like I said, time is gonna tell with this team. I think everything's gonna be fine. I wouldn't panic if they lose night. It's gonna be a tough 3 game stretch, man. They not getting any rest. They gotta come back here on Thursday and play. They gotta play Houston. So, another young team that's gonna run them. So they're gonna be all right. And time will
Well,
tell.
and I think the point I think a lot of fans have got to understand is we asked Luka to get his legs right. We asked him not to play. That man plays more basketball than anybody plays basketball. And after the Olympics, he sat and he clearly got in shape. Look at his physique. Like he's not as big as he was when he left. Well, guess what? When he doesn't play basketball and then he gets his leg injured and he doesn't get a few offseason games, we have new offensive people. It's going to take the man a little bit of time to get his legs back under him. So if we take a couple of hits and he has a couple of bad shooting games, you saw him last night, even when he was shooting bad. Like you can see how happy he is that he kicks that ball to Clay and that ball goes in. Luka's like, yeah, I got someone who hits a shot. And
There's
he
no
runs
pressure.
like that's a different attitude. So the offense is going to get there, but we added what? Grimes, Najee. We added Clay. Hardy's getting more minutes. Dinwiddie's back.
The second year
Do you
alive.
think an offense,
Second year alive.
do you think the offense is going to move smoothly yet? No. These guys are going to take 20 to 30 games to get in sync with each other. I'm okay with the offense. What I like to see is, like you said, PJ, and we talked about this right before he came on. I think PJ, when you see him get involved early, he's a different player for the team. So they need to keep getting him involved, getting his energy up, getting him motivated early. And then if he plays like that, Luka, KD may have done the too small, but Luka defended that shot. Luka was playing, and I've watched him hustle against. George was trying to run him the night, and he was right up on the young guys. He's playing defense. The steals, the plays. I'm okay. I'll give us the leeway to get our offense in sync because if you don't understand, you've never played sports.
No,
you don't
man,
understand sports if you think this is going to click like that.
It's not. And the thing is, like Luka's also happy. Like to your point, he's smiling and jolly because guess what? If he has a bad night, look, man, we watching up Mavs basketball. Let's go back 2 years ago. Luka having a bad night means the team lost automatically.
Mm-hmm.
That was just the thing. Now you have I won't say a scapegoat, right? But you have the ultimate, like, if I got a bad night, I got Kyrie. I got Clay. This ain't a situation where it's me and I got to make sure I go 30, 20, and 10 every night, right? Like he
Mhm.
doesn't have to do that. And I think once he realizes that, his game is going to change a little bit more because, yeah, we want the gaudy stats. We love seeing the 40-point triple doubles. We love seeing that. But I think the best Luka is going to be the Luka that doesn't do that, right? Because he's going to
Mhm.
be able to conserve his energy for the playoffs. Because we need you. We don't need you. I mean, obviously, we need you every night, but we really need you in April, May, June. We need you then at your
Yep.
best.
Yep.
We need you to be ready because that's when we know we can take over. And like last year was just attrition. The dude still gives you 30 points, but he's barely walking because his legs are out, right? And just he had his injury. So they got security blankets, man. And like I said, impressive job by Nico in that game, man, for what they did. And they're trying to just put guys around Luka that makes him comfortable because at the end of the day, he is the star of the team. You got a willing superstar that's his number two that understands that that Luka is a star. And he's in Luka's ear because he's been there. And I think that
Mhm.
Luka's never been more confident than this. And like I said, guys around the league I've talked to, players, they all said the same thing. They're a dangerous team when they get it going. He said, you don't have that combination of having two bigs. Most teams are still trying to find the big. Teams that we're gonna be competing against as of today or even Phoenix, right? Bad game, but they would love right now to have Daniel Gafford or having a Derek Lively. We got both of them.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
I
that's for
think they'll
sure.
be fine.
Yeah. What didn't they bench Nurkic yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. And like I said,
If
man,
we could
people
have, if we
going,
could have been allowed to actually play against Nurkic, he'd have got benched in that game too. We
oh
couldn't
my
breathe
God.
on that man. Man, did you hear
Yeah.
that call? Like Gafford misses a block and like this, and you'd swear to God, according to the ref, that he tried to murder him. He's like the egregious wind up, and it's like, bro, it was a normal play. Calm down.
I'm gonna say get used to it, man. The Mavs are probably gonna be the villain team that don't get the calls their way. They got a lot of guys
Mhm.
that are aggressive, a lot of guys that's
Yeah.
gonna chirp back.
Yep.
This team is full of dogs now, and that's something that we may not be accustomed to, right? We used to having the nice guys, and it's no slight at guys like Dwight or Maxey, but they're nice guys, right? Now
Hey,
you
you know
got
what?
guys
Najee
like
last night.
Gafford,
Najee last night
Najee.
when Filipkowski was like taking those little slight cheap shots at him, and he's like, "Nah, man, we ain't playing this game." Like we don't have that. That's been the problem. We don't have that guy
Yeah.
that someone goes up and messes with Luka, and someone goes up and goes, "Nah, we ain't
And the
playing.
year we did, yeah, the
We
year
ain't
we did was a
playing."
Kobe year when we had James Johnson, but that didn't really help because it was Kobe year. So
Oh yeah.
now you got guys that are willing to sacrifice. Like, yo, you mess with him, you got to go through us too on the other side, and we're gonna
Yeah.
get the punishment too. So like I said, just talking to like even some of the Jazz, their play-by-play guy, Sterl Bailey, who's a former player, he said this Mavs team is insane.
Mm. So before we head out, Chris, I know we got a back to back tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and with Luka's shooting woes, and this team's trying to gel. Uh, I would figure to think that this is one of those good back to backs, right? It's like, right, you just came off of a subpar game. Now you don't get a day to think of it. You get to go right back into it. What do you see for the Mavericks tonight going against the a rematch of the Western Conference Finals, and how you think they'll end up doing tonight?
I mean, I think it's a good thing because Luka like playing against superstars. I think we
Mm.
get the best Luka when we see. I mean, look, they didn't win the game, but he gets 40 going against KD, right? Like going
Mhm.
against Book. He seems to naturally have this thing of, hey man, when it's time to go play against the boys or the big dogs, I'm here. And look, they still remember last year what was said about when Ant-Man. And look, we love it. Look, there's not a basketball person in the world that doesn't love Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man is everything that you want a star to be. He's gonna be boisterous. He's great. But they know what time it is. Minnesota got a chip on their shoulder. Dallas can't come out here and play around. I think they know that. And I just think this team is gonna be the weird team where they play these meaningful games and they show up and then the games that they're supposed to win, it looks like they shouldn't have been out there. But I think Luke's gonna I think he has a bounce back game tonight. I know the arm thing has been a lot of people's concern. I'm not worried about it. Watching him work out yesterday, doing things. He seemed fine. Kyrie's getting his groove. Clay is another thing that that if he's hot, they're gonna keep giving it to him. I really think that tonight guys like Hardy are gonna have a big night, and I think those bigs gonna take advantage of Rudy Gobert, man. I just think that the Mavs they love this
Come on,
scenario
he's the
of having
defensive
two
player of the
guys.
year. What are you talking about?
I mean, look, man, he better figure it out because, and Minnesota on the other side, they got to figure out some things too. So this is two new teams, right? They got Julius Randle over there who loves playing against his hometown team, but has the worst luck ever because that's the game Luka goes to 70, right? And a triple double, like he's had the worst luck ever versus the Mavs when it comes to that. But it's gonna be a great game. I think the Mavs can pull this out tonight because I just think that, like to your point about back to back, it's early. This is gonna be that. It's gonna be one of those games they're gonna look up to because they know this is a game that means more than probably any game they played so far because this is the team last year that many people thought that should have beat them. They just weren't ready, and I think that they want to prove something. That Luka loves when he sees guys that are his peers. He loves the peer matchup, and Ant-Man's gonna talk. And the greatest thing about that is this: while Ant-Man is talking, Luka's laughing and smiling. And that's the word, and that's everybody's name as a All NBA guy told me one time. The scariest Luka's the one that's smiling and laughing while he's coming up court. And he feeds off of that. So the energy you give, he gonna give it back differently. So I think they'll be fine, man. I think it'll be a good game tonight. I don't know if they had a weird travel situation. Like everything ran smooth. They left pretty early last night, so we'll see. Because usually that's a big factor in this, but it's early in the year. And I think they want to prove they need to get these games out the way. They want to prove that we're having bad games, but we're winning. And they also got to prove that they can beat the good teams, right? I mean, we look at our first two games. San Antonio may not be a great team. Utah may not be a great team. And, Phoenix, they're going to be in the middle of the mix. But I think that this Minnesota matchup means a lot to them because there's a lot of things that were said last year. And a lot of people think it was a fluke that they beat them. So, yeah, they got a chip on their shoulder. And I think it's going to be a great game tonight. And, look, Kyrie loves matching up with Mike Conley. There's a history there as well. So we're going to see.
Hell yeah. I can't wait. Again, everybody, y'all go follow C_Hendo on Twitter. You follow him for all the great content, the behind the scenes. You get some exclusive videos from being at mass practices. Some great content, man. Appreciate all you do. Any final remarks, Chris, before you head out?
Oh no, man! Just everybody, be sure to subscribe to my guys. I'll definitely be back on here more often. I'm gonna try to get a couple of guests on there with me. There's some very important people in the Mavs organization, maybe to jump in with me on one of these like random pregame shows and stuff. And like I said, y'all be sure to subscribe to these guys, man. My content's there for everybody to see. It's easy. You just type in Ciendo. It's everywhere. But be sure to subscribe to the people that are really putting in the work, giving y'all good content pregame. These guys watch the game as much as I do, maybe more, because I think that. So I think that not only are they fans, they're also, in my book, journalists, credible journalists, because they actually sit down and watch the game and not here for shock jock value, as they call it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, man. And I appreciate all the Mavs fans out there. It's gonna be a great year, y'all. Let's calm it down a little bit. I know we panicking early. We want to trade Grimes, want to trade Najee and them guys. Just wait. Let it cook. Let it cook. Remember last year, this wasn't a playoff team to start the year, and then all of a sudden you're in the final. So it takes time, and your best player didn't play a preseason game with this team, and this team is starting to they're gelling together. I love the chemistry. I love the attitudes they're having in the back. Guys are shaking hands, laughing, having a good time. Everything seems to be well put together. And shout out to Jason Kidd, Sean Sweeney, Jared Dudley, Darryl Armstrong, Sham God. Go down the list of all the coaches that are there, even scouts. They're putting in work, y'all, and this is gonna be a great season for the Mavs.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Hendo, Chris Henderson. Appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate y'all, man.
I appreciate it, man. We'll catch you on another pregame show soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick question. Did you like me having
What's up?
We couldn't get his camera to go horizontal. Did you like that in vertical where I leave it up there to give him promo?
I thought that was a great pivot. I thought that was a great
did you like that pivot? Did you notice
great adjustment.
It disappear for a second? I was like,
I
was like,
let me move him over here. That was badass on the spot too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Actually, as I watched, I was like, I kind of like that because it promotes them still while they're talking. It was like that actually kind of good. So thanks, K Choice. Appreciate that.
I appreciate that, K Choice.
Explain some things. I need to know from you, because of what I'm about to explain to everybody about where I've got to go. Do you, now that we ran long with him, you only got 5 minutes, do you want to skip opponent review, go right to X Factors and just run that? Or do you want to try to do opponent review and then switch to X Factors as I leave?
Yeah, that'll work. Or
okay.
It'll just take me a minute to go through opponent review. So let's do that real quick, minute or two.
So, all right, let's switch
over. You want it, show me my opponent. storming my opponent.
All right. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, the T-Wolves were 56-26 last year. Offensive rating of 114.6, but they made their money on the defensive end with a 108.4 defensive rating. Points per game, they gave you 113. 3-point percentage was pretty good. They're one of the best ones in the league, 38.7%. And they averaged 7.8 steals, where we averaged 6.9 last year. Look at that nice graphic, man. Salute the Stix. Man, be putting in work out here.
Get you some advanced analytics.
Here's some early advanced analytics. Oh, I see what you did. You got rid of the stuff that I had. So as y'all see here, there's a few lineups that the Timberwolves have that's pretty good. True Power Media says much love and respect from College Station. Hey, appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate that. Likewise. The Randall DiVincenzo, Alexander Walker, Reed, and Anthony Edwards has a plus 34 net rating. They played 3 games together, 14 minutes. That was a pretty good squad. The starting squad with Conley, Gobert, Randall, Edwards, and McDaniels. Not so much. Our starting squad is pretty good, though. So everything considered. But look at the Kyrie, Dinwiddie, Grimes, Marshall, and Lively lineup for 11 minutes. Again, it is against the Jazz. Let me preface that. It's against the Jazz. But that was a pretty damn good lineup there.
Clarification.
So again, just some
Ray. I'm making the graphics because he's terrible. However, the homework on this is actually his job. I do make him find the content. So shout out to TGK for that one.
Ray, you should see this other graphic I had in the Stix nixed. And so I had to put it on Twitter because, we were going to run out of time today anyway. But yeah. That's just kind of giving you some advanced analytics as the season goes along. We're going to have a better view and vantage point, but Dinwiddie was pretty interesting today there as far as what he was able to give us. All right, let's do X Factors, or do we have another graphic?
No, that's all for that one. So before we get started, let's do this.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so before we get into this, I promised I do student ministry, and I promised a kid if he got his grades back up prior to the season starting and not knowing when his football game was, his 8th grade middle school football game, and he's the starting QB, and now that he got his grades back up, that I would be at his game, and he got his grades back up. So I can't let the kid down. I made a promise. I got to hold to it. So I'm gonna go off camera now, and I'm going to have my kid in the background with no sound controlling, so you can hear cues, and then it's going to switch. It might be a little struggle compared to normal because my kid doesn't know everything, but he does know how to use OBS. So I appreciate everybody that's joining in today, all the comments. Keep them coming. But he's going to go to pretty much solo for most of the rest of the show, and I'm going to go honor my word to an 8th grader, I promised. So basically, y'all have a good night. Enjoy the show, and I will see y'all back on the next pregame. And I'm out.
Adios. Appreciate your Stix. Man, look at Stix doing some great work out here, man. But so while he pivots and turns off his camera, we're gonna talk about some X Factors here. All right. X Factors of the game. For me, this is TGK's X Factors of the game. I don't know who you got. Everyone in the chat, y'all let me know who your X Factors of the game is, and let me know your reasons why. Here in a second, I'm going to turn on in a second, not yet. But eventually, we're going to get to the comments to be able to see what everyone is saying. And while we're here, if y'all don't mind dropping a like, man, I see we got about 41 people watching, 20 likes. Let's try to match the likes with the views. If y'all don't mind, it's all a quick second. Get your phone, hit the little like button. Goes a long way. Anyway, X Factors for me, Luka Doncic. I know he had a rough shooting game last night. I know there was a lot said about it. I know a lot of people... I forgot I think it was Stix that said he had a Sabrina Ionescu type of performance. I was like, thankfully it wasn't the finals where he had that performance, but he had a rough game, all things considered. I think the defenses are playing him a certain way where they're forcing him to take long middies. I think Luka Doncic, being the maestro that he is on a basketball court, he's going to figure that out. And so tonight he's the X Factor. It's a big game tonight. You definitely need Luka Doncic to have a great game to be able to beat a really good team. Julius Randle is another X Factor of mine. Reason being because if he has a good game, then the Mavericks' odds of winning are going to be even tougher. Again, you got to look at Julius Randle as the Karl-Anthony Towns replacement. And Karl-Anthony Towns had a lot of duds against the Mavericks in the postseason last year, whereas Karl-Anthony Towns was good. They could have gave his team a chance. Randle is now in that position, and if Randle plays a damn good game, look out, we might be in trouble. Again, Dallas is Randle's hometown team. He always has motivations to play us pretty difficultly. Now that I think of it, maybe I should have taken his over too. Damn. But he might have a big game tonight, so watch out for that. And Spencer Dinwiddie, he is a part of the rotation now. Can y'all believe that? He got some minutes last night. He came in, delivered. I could tell you all about why I believe Spencer should be coming off the bench to play Luka's role and Hardy coming off the bench to play Kyrie's role. I don't think Mr. Jason Kidd has figured that out. But anyway, so let me know in the comments, man. Again, this is that time for y'all to be able to be in the comments with me here chit-chatting about what we see here and see what y'all got. This is just going to be an open conversation from here on out as Stix has left the building, you know. I see we got who we got here? Let's see, we got Mavalier. Lively with the starting unit needs more looks. He does. I don't know how long they're going to go with this whole Lively not being a starter thing. No disrespect to Gafford, all right? But I don't know if Lively should be the starter. I just don't know if Gafford, I don't know what his kid's doing, honestly. Is he experimenting with the starting center of the season? I don't know. It's interesting. JR Talk Show says Lively and Gafford is your X factors. Why are there your X factors? I need a why. I want to see some whys up in here. Savage says I think PJ or whoever plays a 4, Randall likes to go off on his facts. Great point. See, like, here's my I can't find the word. Here's my issue with like picking the X factor sometimes. I don't want to pick all Mavericks. I always want to find like one opposing player to be able to bring about. But you know how that goes. But PJ is a great X factor. That is a great X factor. Edison Pierce says X factor is Luka Clay combo chemistry. The reason is because our season depends on. Okay, for one game or for the season. That your X factor for the season is the Luka Clay combo. Got it. Jenna Kim says how long do you think it'll be until Lively starts? That's a great question. I don't know, Gina. I thought we should have started the year with him starting. Knowing Jason Kidd is probably going to take him some 15, 20 games. I just don't know what he's doing, right? Because when Lively's in there, he has a great impact with the squad. So I don't know. I'm not mad at it because I think Gafford is doing well, right? It's not like, oh, we need to replace him because he sucks. It's Dwight Powell. It's not to that level, not that extreme, but I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one. I'm okay with Gafford at the 5. K-Troy says, I'm okay with Gafford at the 5 when we play big body centers. That's true. Even though I heard Nurkic big bodied us the other night. Ray's in the building. What's up, Ray? Says, keeping Lively from foul trouble is the only thing I could think of on starting Gafford. Okay. See, I'm with you when it was Lively's rookie year. This is his second year now. Lively should be at the point where he's not having so many issues as far as foul trouble, right? I think he's very disciplined when he's guarding in isolation. I think he's very disciplined when he goes for blocks. Like, I don't think he's as foul, like clumsy when it comes to fouls, right, as he was in his rookie year. Because early in the rookie year, he was pretty bad at getting a lot of fouls. Now he's not that bad. Mavalier says, go look at your graphic. Look at Lively's starter unit defensive rating. All right. I can pull that up. I can't show it on here, but I'm going to pull it up. Let's see. Dallas. All teams. Dallas Mavericks. Okay, so Lively. So the Kyrie, Thompson, Doncic, Washington, and Lively unit in 11 minutes, they're a minus 29, a defensive rating of 121. All right. But the Lively with Grimes, Dinwiddie, Kyrie, and Marshall, they're plus 61, a defensive rating of 95. So right now it's so early, but there's another defensive rating he has. It's a 73, and that's with Thompson, Dinwiddie, Washington, and Luka, and Lively, and that's a 73.3. That's a crazy defensive rating. So there's promise there. Like obviously Lively is a great player, so you're not mad when he's playing. Jenny Kim, maybe he thinks Lively is good with the bench unit. Maybe so. Nick says TNT roasting D-Way statue right now. Yeah, that statue was ridiculous. Like I know he approved it, but that wasn't the way, my guy. Jenny Kim said, "What's the key to winning tonight?" Honestly, so I don't know if y'all saw the graphic that I had that I posted on my Twitter. So let me run it. Let me go through it right quick. Although I can't show y'all, I can read it to you. So Luka Doncic is shooting, right? When Luka Doncic is shooting from 5 to 9 feet, he is shooting 30% from the field on 3.3 attempts. When Luka is shooting 15 or 19 feet from the basket, he is shooting 18.2% right now. When Luka is shooting 20 to 24 feet from the basket, he is shooting 14.3%. And with Luka shooting 3-point range shots, he is shooting 29%. Okay, so that's just percentages in general in those zones. However, whenever Luka is being guarded or whenever Luka's wide open for a shot, like a defender is 6 feet away from him, this is his percentages. So when he's wide open and the closest defender is only 6 feet, from the field goals, he is shooting 25%. From 3-point percentage, he's shooting 30%. So with all that being said, is that Luka Doncic right now is just rusty. Right now he's just rusty. He is playing basically his preseason right now. And everything that he is dealing with, it's not because the defense is locking him up. He's getting quite a bit of wide open looks. And regardless of if they're wide open or if they're guarded, the percentages are all the same. It doesn't matter what it is. But the middies, the long middies, the 15 to 22 feet, those are what's getting him right now. And defenses, whenever he's on a pick and roll, you'll see. I saw this a lot with the Jazz, saw it a lot with the Spurs. Didn't see it much with the Suns because I didn't watch it. But, I mean, he scored 40 against them. So maybe they didn't do it much. But what I'm noticing is they're in a pick and roll. They're running Luka off of the 3. But the center isn't coming up and stopping Luka from going downhill. They're basically playing drop coverage. And they play drop coverage enough, and then they'll hedge a little bit, and then they'll go back to drop to where Luka just can't lob it up because the center's protecting the lob. So what happens is Luka is in like no man's land in this 18 to 20 foot zone, and Luka just decides to pull up in that area because 1, it's just wide open as hell. 2, they're preventing the lob. 3, he already has a guy behind him when the pick is set and he comes around it. So these defenses are just forcing him to take a certain shot. They're giving it to him. They're giving him a wide open shot. He's got to make him pay, right? Once he starts making defenses pay, then they'll start coming up, and then the lobs will open up. But right now with his shooting percentages, their teams are probably going to just continue doing this until he figures it out. And Luka Doncic will figure it out. He's not one that is not going to not figure that out. And I think Luka's going to be fine. Mavs, Mamacita says TNT making fun of the D-Wade statue is so funny. It's funny when they make fun of other teams. I don't like it when they say the Mavericks going to be a 6, 7, 8 seed. That's what I don't like. Richard K says, kind of like the 3-guard lineup. It doesn't matter what we think. Kid cares about the last 5 minutes, not the first 5 minutes. Very true, Richard Case. Junior Kim says, who's our 6-man candidate so far? Derek Lively. Yeah, I disagree. I say Derek Lively is our 6th man of the year so far. Again, man, if y'all enjoyed this content, this is old school TGK here, right? Old school, just one-on-one TGK. Again, salute to Stix, man. He's doing great work over there, and promised the kid he'll show up to his game if he got his grades up, and the kid did. And look at that. That's amazing stuff, man. Making an impact outside of your normal day-to-day. So salute to Stix. Aaron says Luka is due for a good shooting game. I'm adding words for you. He is. I think tonight is going to be the night, man. We're talking about the Timberwolves, right? In a place where Luka Doncic had he was undefeated in Minnesota, if I remember. They won game 1, 2, and game 5. Yep. Yeah. Luka Doncic was undefeated last year in the playoffs in Minnesota. Luka's going to show up, y'all. I'm not one to bet against Luka. I did 3 little bets. I took overs for everything related to Luka Doncic. He is not going to underperform. He's going to show up. Even though this is an early back-to-back, I think he's going to show up, man. Nikki G, that dude. What's up? Do we match up better with no cat to worry about? That's a tough one because, like, Randall's a left-handed shooter, so I think so is Cat, right? That's a tough one. I just think Randall's more of a dog. Like, Randall's a dog. Randall will get dirty in the paint area. Whereas Towns, I feel like he could get bullied. Randall's going to pose some issues. Thankfully, we have PJ Washington, we got Najee, we got Luka, and then we got our bigs. But that's why I said Randall's the X factor tonight. Randall's going to be a problem, especially because he loves playing against the Dallas Mavericks. So that's something to look out for. So do we match up better? Honestly, I might lean against no right now just because I think Randall – that's crazy. Like, I think Cat has more upside as a player, even though I feel like he's reached that because of his 3-point shooting percentage. He's real tough in that, like, the scheme of things. But Randall, I think with this team, he's tougher with this team. Sorry if I'm all over the place. It's just like I'm processing it all right now. It's kind of tough. Mavalier in the building. What's up, Mavalier? He said, y'all were asking why Lively isn't starting. All I was saying was the reason why Kid is probably benching Lively is probably because of the negative net rating. Okay. That's probably the reason why Gafford is starting. That's true, Mavalier. I see that. Yeah. And when he's with the starters, he's a minus 29.7 in 11 minutes. In 11 minutes, Lively is a minus 29.7 with the starters, whereas Gafford is a plus 10.6. You just can't deny actual statistics, right? Like that is what it is, and can't say it any other way. By the way, I appreciate everybody hanging out here, man. No, we had to make last second adjustments, but it matters and it means a lot that y'all kick it with your boy, man. Cesar Ortega, what's up, man? Is it too early to worry about Grimes? I would say so that it is. I think it is too early. I think normal Jason Kidd rotation-wise, it takes him 20 games to figure out what his rotation is going to be. I do think it is too early. Grimes obviously didn't take that contract because he's betting on himself. I think he's confident in himself, obviously, to be able to contribute to this team. Once we figure that out, I think we'll be all right. I think it is too soon. Not to say not to worry, because I think if it goes 10, 15 games, then you might start worrying, but I think it is a bit too soon right now. Mavalier said, but there's only 11 minutes with that unit. I think they need more time together. I agree. I totally agree. Nancy in the building. Nancy, I don't know which sound effect to give you, but meet you with all those. I appreciate you being an elite member. It means a lot. Nancy says, yeah, I don't think Derek Lively is going to be the 6-man candidate because I believe that he'll be starting before the end of the year. I agree. And I think he's 6-man right now, though. Right now, early in the season, he's definitely our 6-man. Let me see here. All right, man. Look, y'all can shoot y'all comments, man. We just chit-chatting, talking about everything going on today. We'll get some predictions started here in a second. Let me see. Coaching with TGK. Now, I'll have some stuff for the Houston Rockets game. I have some stuff. I've been developing some plays, some things that I've seen during the games, and we'll be able to talk about some new TGK plays on the Houston Rockets pregame show. So I don't know if my producer that is not on camera can hear this. If we could go to predictions, the prediction segment, if possible. If possible. Oh! Look at that, man. Look at that. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's get all the predictions down in the comments below. Y'all let me know y'all's predictions for tonight's game. You already know there's a lot of hype behind this. A lot of attention is going to be on this game. Pasquale says 118, 108, 10-point victory. Salute to Pasquale, man. Appreciate you being here, man. Always supporting the channel. Means a lot, bro. Means a lot. All right, man. Y'all get y'all comments coming in. We'll show them on the screen for you. Producer, can you select Joe's comment right quick? Jared, oh, there it goes. TGK saw Stix car in front of the. Total joke. Come on now, Joe. I didn't even see that. All right, producer, if you don't mind showing the scores again, appreciate you so much. We got JR Talk Show, 107.97 Mavs. All right. Look, I'm not one to like underhype or overhype teams, but you know, Mavalier says Mavs win by 4. I think that's a little more appropriate. Let me do my research on what I think the score is going to be, and as we get more. Edison Pierce says Mavs 119 to 109, another 10-point victory. All right, that's gonna be interesting, man. Aaron M says Mavs 112. Timber Puppies. Timber Puppies 101. I love it.
Emotional damage.
Hey, my guy K Choice is in the building. Salute to K Choice. That's my guy. Says 115 to 96. Wolves. K Choice got us losing by quite a bit. I ain't mad at you. I understand. I can see it. Gina Kim says 112, 109. This might be a close one, especially with Randall. All right. See, Gina Kim, I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking Randall might have a good game tonight. Kind of regretting taking his under. I took his under for no reason today. I should have thought about that. Can I cancel that? I don't know. Go in the building says Mavs 105 to 90. 105 to 90. 15-point victory. Hey, that's why I be saying, like, look, I know it's the Wolves, but they got a good squad, man. So, as far as the matchups is concerned, the Mavericks are not favored tonight. The Mavericks are not favored at all. The Timberwolves are favored by 4 tonight. They're favored by 4. That's a tough one. Gina Kim says 32, 11 and 10 from Luka, 11 threes from Clay. Whoa. And an ankle breaker from Kai, adding a double-double from Lively. All right, Gina Kim. All right, that's big. That would be a massive game tonight if the Mavericks end up pulling that off. That'd be crazy. That'd be actually insane, legit. Let me see here. So they got the Wolves favored by 4.5. Really, it's a 1.5. They only got them favored by 1.5. 1.5. So my prediction, I'm gonna say the Mavericks 113 to the Timberwolves 110. Mavericks 113, Timberwolves 110. I got us in a nail-biter 3-point victory tonight. That is what I got, y'all. Let me see. Okay. Noah Brown in the building. What's up, Noah Brown? What did it do?
LeBron James.
He says 108, 103, Dallas Mavericks with a 5-point victory. All right, I love it. Y'all get y'all predictions in the chat, man. Get y'all predictions in the chat. We're going to show them on the screen. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. It goes a long way. As you know, we don't got the big budgets, but we developed this show from the ground up, and we make it for y'all to have a good time leading up to the game. So again, any more predictions, man? Y'all get them in the chat below. Cesar says your hat is dope, bro. Appreciate that. You don't want to know where I got this? When the Mavericks had to sell, the clearance sale, that's where I got this from. I think it normally went for like 27, and I got it for, if I remember correctly, like $5. Got it for $5. This hat, $5. That's why that clearance sale matters. Hey, we got Big J in the building. I got you, Big J. Mavs 115, Wolves 100. Clay outscores Ant. You know, here, let me show you. I have a little parlay, right? I got Randall plus 15, Luka plus 35, PJ plus 1 3-pointer, Kyrie plus 15, Edwards plus 30, Lively 1 block, Gafford 6 rebounds, Gobert 10 rebounds. That's one of them. But I do have Klay Thompson hitting 4 threes today. I do got Klay Thompson hitting 4 threes today. Interesting game, man. I'm so excited about this game because I think Luka Doncic is going to have a good game, honestly. I don't think he's not going to have 2 consecutive nights of bad games, right? So it's like from the king to the pin to the...
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always drama when I ring.
For those that get it. Lively outscores Gobert tonight. I like it. Gobert might get more minutes, so it might be kind of tough, but I can see that. Lively is undefeated against the Timberwolves since the playoffs because he was 4-0 against the Timberwolves in the playoffs. He missed that one game and we lost. So Lively is a big component to this tonight, for sure. Jenny Kim says, can we hold them under 105? I think we can. But I got them at 110 tonight. I don't think it happens tonight. I think the Wolves are going to be so motivated tonight. Don't be surprised if the Wolves get out. The Wolves get out to a hot start. They get out to a big lead to start the game, and then the Mavericks chip away. And then by the fourth quarter, Luka and Kyrie come up clutch. Clay hits a 3 to win it, and we win 113 to 110. Literally game script. You got to think of game scripts. The Wolves are going to come out on fire. They want to beat the Mavs. And they'll be so emotional early in the game that by the end of the game, they'll be spent and the Mavericks will come back and take it. GOAT says, got to be comfortable at 120. Got to be. Listen to the GOAT. Got to be comfortable at 120. TGK, over under on Jenna Kim comments. We talk Mavs post game 18.5. No comment. Jenna Kim said, don't ever play that piece of garbage in my head. My fault.
Oh, great heavens!
My fault. I can't see the chat. Oh, Cesar says Mavs 109, Wolves 106. 3-point victory? That's what I think so too. I say 113, 110. We're pretty close there. Y'all see Sylvester? He's okay. He's guarding. Ain't that right, Sylvester? Chovy. See, he's good. That's his nickname. All right, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Means a lot to us, you know. If y'all don't mind dropping a like on the way out. Any other comments we see here? Max says, when will the game start? We might lose, to be honest. We can. It's a possibility. It's a good team, you know. But the game starts at 6:30 tonight. They always start 10 minutes after the start time, so probably 6:40 is when they'll start. I hope we could get hot early, hit those shots, and stay hot. Yeah, I think the Wolves will be more the hot team for sure. Gogu says Luka will give them a Halloween night. I like that. All right, man. Appreciate y'all so much. It's been your boy TGK. Salute to Stix. He was here. Salute to our producer behind the scenes that y'all didn't see. Means a lot to me for y'all to hang out with me. Trust me, in doing this stuff, it matters, man. It means a lot. Trust. You know, is always going to be something I enjoy doing, and it means so much. Anyway, man, it's been your boy TGK. Y'all go enjoy this game tonight. Go check out We Talk Mavs on Playback TV, where they host live watch-alongs. You can actually watch the game there. Y'all could go to Mavericks Digest and watch his play-by-play. That's always fun. Catch Rolo on Twitter. Catch his halftime reports, halftime Twitter spaces. Who else does play-by-plays? Oh, my God. There's other people that do play-by-plays, but We Talk Mavs and Mavericks Digest. Y'all go check those guys out. Anyway, it's been your boy TGK. Appreciate y'all being here. And on to the outro, producer. Adios, everybody.